Hey there, I welcome you all to Kautilya IAS Academy Pune. In this particular session, we are going to learn and understand a very crucial component of language, without which you cannot understand, you cannot learn, you cannot study any language. When it's come to the framework of language, there is only one thing that does strike to your mind. What does strike to your mind? Is none other than one thing. I would say this is basically plays a very crucial role when it's come to the entire edifice of language. So we are going to learn and understand vocabulary. Guys, vocabulary is the most important thing and a component from any language. I would say this is the building blocks of any language. You think of any language per se, Marathi, Hindi, Urdu, Japanese, English. Without vocabulary, without words, and they're having a proper meaning, semantic meaning from every single words, you cannot express your ideas, your feeling, your emotion, right? So you need to have sound vocabulary. You need to have a sufficient amount and a sufficient number of words that may consist of synonyms, antonyms, phrasal verb, collocations, idiom, phrases, right? So as to convey your feeling so systematically, so as to express yourself so eloquently and put forth your ideas so effectively, right or wrong? So for that, I would say you require vocabulary, right? And I'm not here to tell you today how you're going to learn. I mean, I'm not going to tell you those internet buzzword 10 ways to improve your vocabulary, 5 ways to uh, have a knack over vocabulary. No, I don't think that's those tips and techniques are going to helpful for competitive examinations or for the preparation of compulsory English from competitive point of view examination. No, I'm not like denying. Undeniably, those tips and techniques are essential to learn basics of vocabulary. But we are at that juncture, we are at that threshold now that we require advanced level of understanding, advanced level of comprehension, and advanced level of vocabulary. Like, let's say hypernymy, house. हाइपरनिमी मतलब एक अम्ब्रेला टर्म है ना. सो हाउस के अंदर क्या आता है? चेयर, पिलोस, बेड, vessaries, glasses, tube lights, lights, pen, pencil, and so on and so forth. We are not going to study vocabulary in that way, okay? Because these techniques helps to school going children and not the student who are preparing for competitive examination. So I am going to tell you the practical uh, tips and techniques of studying, understanding, and learning vocabulary. I have few things to discuss with you. Moreover, I have dictionaries to suggest you, and I am also going to teach you how you are going to get accustomed yourself with using hard copies or with using physical dictionaries and not the online one. But yes, I am also going to suggest you few more online dictionaries as well, which you can use while traveling, maybe while you are away from your study room, or maybe you are not in a position to carry dictionary with you. Then that point in time you can definitely recourse to online dictionary. So without further ado, let's begin by the very first thing. Now you might have seen that vocabulary consists of, I mean, I'm not going into linguistic, like semantics, linguistics, stylistics, and so on and so forth. No, I'm only going to teach you what is required and essential from exam point of view. इसमें क्या आता है फिर vocabulary में? इसमें synonyms आते हैं, antonyms आते हैं, collocation आते हैं, phrases आते हैं, phrasal verbs आते हैं, idioms and proverbs आते हैं. So there are sort of like say 6 to 7 types of vocabulary predominantly and usually asked in any competitive examination. When it's come to this per se compulsory English paper, you have maximum direct question based on vocabulary, synonyms, antonyms, idioms, phrases and phrasal verb. 5 to 6 out of 50 marks, 50 मार्क्स के लिए जो ग्रामर आपको पूछा जाता है उसमें you are asked direct question based on vocabulary. Now, that does not mean that the vocabulary is not necessary to study other component of your subject. Let's say press writing, essay writing, translation. You think of any component of grammar, any part and parcel of grammar, part and parcel of language. You require the base of the vocabulary. Vocabulary is the foundation, I would say. Vocabulary is the building blocks of any language. Can you tell me, can you able to solve or can you able to translate any given sentence in English language if you don't have proper vocabulary with you? It's almost impossible, right? It's almost impossible. Think of, you have 10 line paragraph and you are supposed to ask to make a précis of 10 line paragraphs. You have to curtail it, cut short it in just 3 lines. How are you going to do that? Unless you have the high definition word, unless you have an exact word, the word that reflects referent to context meaning, right? So without that, you are not going to solve any of these components if you fail to do vocabulary, right? So I think this introductory and prefatoral speech is enough to let you know the importance of vocabulary, right? Now we are going to understand the types of it. After that, I'm going to teach you the dictionaries, ways to handle dictionaries, ways to usage it, sources of it, and so on and so forth. First, try and understand what is synonyms. Now, we have been learning these things since our childhood. There is no, I would say, I don't need to explain this away separately, right? But it is said, guys, there is no synonyms in English language. There is no. Like, we often use one word substituted for other. Say like clever. Like, you are a clever, right? You are a clever boy, clever girl. So clever can be yes, you can say the nearest word. Semantically, it represents a similar sort of word, but no, they are not exactly similar in nature and not in similar in meaning as well. So clever, smart, intelligent, brilliant, genius, ready-witted, quick-witted, academician, learners, sharp-witted, right? Or whatnot, brilliant. There are so many words that you can find similar in meaning, but they are not exactly similar. They are not exactly similar. There is definitely a stark difference between intelligent and genius. Who is to be called intelligent? The intelligent person is basically person who has innate knowledge, by born knowledge. जो जन्मताच हुशार आहे त्याला इंटेलिजंट असं म्हणतात, right? This is basically for that you have to use Oxford or let's say a Longman thesaurus to understand it, right? Moreover, let's say who's to be called genius then? Genius, a person who invents things, a person who discovers things, or a person who just quickly solve any mathematical or any problem arises. That person can be like the person who can easily solve any problem. That person can be called genius, right? Now, who is to be called smart? Now, smart we used to earlier use for appearance, a smart appearance, right? But nowadays we use it in terms of intelligent as well. Like the person is smart enough, it means like has a caliber or a certain amount of potential. थोड़ा बहुत होशियार है वो, smart उसीलिए यूज किया जाता है. But there are no synonyms in English language. let me clear this fact for you, right? Do you think that like think, 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 consider, ponder, mull over, sleep over, then mull over, sleep over, ponder, cogitate over, right? Ruminate over. Yes, ruminate over. You do not have similar and exact meaning with regards to any word in English language. Clear? Yes. So basically word that represent a similar meaning but they are not exactly when it come to context. मतलब मैंने जैसे बोला है कि आप क्लेवर किसको बोल सकेंगे? अ क्लेवर कैन बी ओनली यूज फॉर, ओके, जैसे मैंने बोला है कि हैप्पी, अ पर्सन हु इज हैप्पी, राइट? समवन इज हैप्पी, इट मीन्स लाइक what is that? Like someone who experiences that joy, happiness, and sense of satisfaction as well. So it is very blur term that way. Happy, right? But can we find near word like yes, joyful, cheerful, and content, right? Satisfied. You can say that content का मतलब होता है satisfied. Now you may find that yes, content cannot be exactly the word of happy, right? But that can be used parallelly. हाँ बाबा कि कोई कोई जो है वो हैप्पी है, इसका मतलब वो सैड नहीं है. सो कैन बी यूज लाइक जॉयफुल, joyous, ecstatic, cheerful, right? और ebullient. ये तो बहुत अच्छा वर्ड है, ebullient, EBLLIENT. ebullient का मतलब होता है हैप्पी, राइट? ये भी बहुत अच्छा एक वर्ड है. But these are words used in different context. To tell you, like, can you use clever for a aged person? Oh, he's a clever person, right? No, no, no. Clever and wise can be of a similar in nature. मतलब दोनों के पास वो क्षमता है, ते शहाणपणा आहे, ते इंटेलिजंटपणा आहे, पण त्याचा अर्थ तसा नाही. क्लेवर इज यूज स्ट्रिक्टली फॉर अ स्कूल गोइंग स्टुडंट. Clever is used for school going student, whereas wise, WISE, these wise should be used for elderly people. जो बूढ़े हैं ना, मतलब जो काफी चंगा एक्सपीरियंस है उन लोगों के पास, उनके लिए हम वॉइस का इस्तेमाल करेंगे. वॉइस. छोटे बच्चे के लिए वॉइस नहीं यूज कर सकते, उसके लिए स्मार्ट या फिर क्लेवर का यूज करेंगे. बट वॉइस किसके लिए यूज करना है? दोज हु आर एल्डरली वन, मोर ओवर दे हैव अ साउंड एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ लाइफ. मतलब लाइफ बिताई, बहुत सारे एक्सपीरियंस को इकट्ठा किया है ना. क्लेवर कैन नॉट बी यूज इन दैट वे, एंड द क्लेवर कैन यूज इन अदर वे एज वेल, लाइक ट्राइंग टू बी स्मार्ट और ट्राइंग टू प्ले स्मार्ट. क्लेवर मतलब बहुत शाना बन रहा है ना, वो अलग, वो वाला क्लेवर अलग है. फाइन. But you understood that something that is in similar in meaning is called synonym. So you're going to big, huge, large, massive, huge, large, massive. That you can use other word as well, like gigantic, elephantine, humongous. Gigantic, elephantine, humongous. One more word is there, that is colossal. कौन सा? Colossal, right? Yeah, it's something that cannot be measured. It's called colossal, right? So these are basically synonyms in English language. Now, what are antonyms basically? Antonyms suggest that something that is opposite in meaning. मतलब sad, happy. So these sort of word replicate basically antonyms in English language. Yes, look at it like in a very plain word: hot, cold, early, late, strong, weak, confident. Confident का क्या होगा? बताओ मुझे. अपोजिट क्या होगा कॉन्फिडेंट का? इस तरह से पूछे जाते हैं. कॉन्फिडेंट का होता है डिफिडेंट, राइट? डिफिडेंट। इंटरेस्टेड का क्या होता है? इंटरेस्टेड, इंटरेस्टेड, अनइंटरेस्टेड और डिसइंटरेस्टेड? इट इज अनइंटरेस्टेड, राइट? इन अनइंटरेस्टेड। सो इस प्रकार से भी आपको निगेटिव का पॉजिटिव और पॉजिटिव का नेगेटिव किया जा सकता है, राइट? रिस्पॉन्सिबल, इरिस्पॉन्सिबल, राइट? सॉर्ट ऑफ थिंग्स। वॉइस, ये क्या है? ये WISC, इसका अपोजिट क्या होगा? एंटोनिम क्या होगा? अनवॉइस। अनवाइज डिसीजन, थॉट, एक्शन, अनवाइज थॉट, अनवाइज डिसीजन, अनवाइज thought. Decisive, something that is to be taken care of, decided by, or final. Decisive moment, something that shift the balance or shift the course of something, that is decisive moment, that is a watershed moment. इसको क्या बोलेंगे? Indecisive. Indecisive, right? So IN और UN लगा के भी इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में वोकैबुलरी को बनाया जा सकता है। समझ आ गया यहाँ पे? यस। नाउ इंटरेस्टेड, अनइंटरेस्टेड हो गया। अब डिसइंटरेस्टेड का मतलब क्या है? नाउ डिसइंटरेस्टेड इज समथिंग दैट इज नॉट पार्शियल वन, नॉट बायस्ड वन, एंड डज नॉट हैव द प्री कंसीव्ड नोशन। उसको बोलते हैं डिसइंटरेस्टेड। अनइंटरेस्टेड से बहुत अलग है डिसइंटरेस्टेड। गॉट द पॉइंट? मतलब डिसइंटरेस्टेड का मतलब होता है अनबायस्ड, इम्पार्शियल, right? Impartial and unbiased. Yes. Moving ahead. Now phrasal verb. These are often asked in banking, NDS, CDS, UPSC, MPSC combined in any exam. What are phrasal verb basically? Phrasal verb are basically a combination of main verb and prepositions. Sometimes adverb as well. Phrasal verb क्या है? Phrasal verbs are nothing but the combination of main verb plus preposition or sometimes adverb. So here is like give up. So give क्या है यहाँ पे? Main verb है और up क्या है? Preposition है. So main verb plus preposition. The combination of these two things, the combination of these two part of speech, that constitute phrasal verb and altogether has different meaning. So give up, like हम बहुत बार बोलते हैं अरे गिव अप नहीं करना है, you have to have that irrepressible attitude, indomitable will, वो हमारे पास होनी चाहिए in order to learn, understand, pursue or want to mastery over something or continue with the study. You can't give up. You have to be an IAS officer or deputy collector. You can't give up. Give up matlab to quit, right? To quit. So give up का मतलब होता है quit, right? So इस तरह से जो verb बनते हैं उसको बोलते हैं हम phrasal verb. Secondly, look after. Look after. Look after का मतलब होता है look for is different. Look after is again different, right? So look after, that I need to look after my parents. मेरे माँ बाप का मुझे ख्याल रखना है. So look is basically main verb after preposition. So main verb plus preposition is called phrasal verb, right? Now we have phrases. In English language, there are phrases and clauses. To tell you guys, phrases are basically a group of words that does not complete their meaning on their own. ये ऐसे वर्ड होते हैं जो खुद का मीनिंग खुद नहीं कंप्लीट करते. वो खुद का मीनिंग कंप्लीट करने के लिए दूसरे पे निर्भर रहते हैं. उसको बोलते हैं फ्रेजेस. फ्रेजल वर्ब अलग है, अभी 2 मिनट पहले समझाया. फ्रेजेस. अब फ्रेजेस के बाद आता है क्लॉजेस. क्लॉजेस क्या होते हैं? क्लॉजेस आर बेसिकली कॉन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ सब्जेक्ट एंड वर्ब दैट दे कंप्लीट देयर मीनिंग ऑन देयर ओन. मतलब क्लॉजेस जो होते हैं उसमें सब्जेक्ट होता है, उसमें एक वर्ब होता है और वो अपना मीनिंग खुद कंप्लीट करता है, उसको बोलते हैं क्लॉजेस. वेयर एज फ्रेजेस do not have subject and verb, and hence they cannot complete their meaning on their own. Okay? Yes. Look at it, like on the table. What is on the table? I kept my glasses on the table. So I kept subject plus verb, ये लगाने के बाद ही on the table का meaning complete होता है. So on the table, right? On the table, in hurry, after a party. Yes. Now idioms. Idioms are basically used to suggest something concrete, suggest something literary and figurative, especially in another way or another word. दूसरे शब्दों में बोलना है ना. मतलब मराठी पण म्हणतो ना की हम बोलते की उथळ पाण्याला खडखडाट फार है ना. उथळ पाण्याला खडखडाट फार. और नाचता येईना अंगण वाकडे. राइट. द बैड वर्कमैन ऑलवेज ब्लेम हिज टूल. राइट. सो इस तरह से जो वर्ड होते हैं ना, दैट दे डू नॉट हैव देयर ओरिजिनल मीनिंग और यू कैन नॉट इंटरप्रेट दोज अकॉर्डिंग टू द गिवन वर्ड, लेकिन उनका मतलब अलग से निकल के आता है. लुक एट इट. डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द लिटरल मीनिंग. ओके, लुक एट इट. ब्रेक द आइस मतलब आइस को ब्रेक करना है क्या? बर्फाला तोडायचं आहे का म्हणजे? नो. Breaking the ice is meaning that start a first conversation, right? Starting a conversation is called the breaking the ice. This is basically, these idioms is used in a corporate world. Breaking the ice. Then hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail on the head. Exactly right. If someone said like, yeah, we need to increase the sale, then the chairman say, yeah, you hit the nail on the head. ये पते की बात की आपने, ये सही बात की आपने, ये खूपच चांगली गोष्ट बोलला तुम्ही. तो इफ समवन सेज लाइक हिट द नेल ऑन द हेड, मतलब यहाँ पे बहुत सही बात करना है ना. लाइक यू कैन से लाइक दूसरा you can say a tough nut to crack. You can say a tough nut to crack. Now what is that tough nut to crack? Something that is too difficult to do. Tough nut to crack. Something that is too difficult to do. This way you can use phrasal, idioms. Piece of cake, something that is easy task. Piece of cake. Now you understood idioms. Now we try and understand proverb. Proverbs are basically a general truth or a piece of advice, right? Stitch in time, save 9. Stitch in time, सेव 9. मतलब प्रोवर्ब क्या होते हैं? प्रोवर्ब जो हमारे रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी हम बहुत बार बहुत दफा यूज करते हैं, है ना, उसको बोलते हैं, वो क्या करते हैं? जनरल ट्रूथ को बयां करते हैं. लाइक सेव स्टिच इन टाइम, सेव 9. मतलब एखादी गोष्ट जर वेळेतच पूर्ण केली तर बाकीच्या खूप गोष्टी आपण वाचू शकतो. सो स्टिच इन टाइम, save 9. Look at it. The actions speak louder than word. होता है ना. मतलब जो the person who only talk cannot fulfill any obligation. The person does not talk but keep on acting. That person fulfill all the promises. So something is very crucial to understand. Something that expresses a general truth, societal truth, universal truth, that are basically called proverbs, right? Actions speak louder than word. मतलब वाचाडता नको, ऍक्शन पाहिजे, कृती. येस. देन वेअर देर इज अ विल देर इज अ वे. मराठीमध्ये म्हणतो ना, इच्छा तिथे मार्ग. वेअर देर इज अ विल देर इज अ वे. इच्छा तिथे मार्ग. सो ये होते हैं idioms and proverb. Now last one is like collocation. Collocation is basically a group of word or a combination of word that go, the group of word or combination of word that go together, naturally go together. Like say make a decision, right? But can we say like perfect decision? Yes. सो परफेक्ट डिसीजन, राइट डिसीजन बोल सकते हैं हम. राइट डिसीजन, wrong decision, right? Then perfect, right? Timely decision, right? So ये क्या है जो naturally साथ में जाते हैं, like second से commit mistake, or yeah, commit crime, so commit mistake, commit crime, ये क्या है naturally collocation है जो हमेशा साथ में जाते हैं. heavy rain, torrential rain, right? heavy rain, torrential rain, clean water, ये भी साथ में जाते हैं. जो साथ में जाते हैं ऐसे उसको बोलते हैं collocation. I assume that you understood these sections very well, the parts of vocabulary. Moving ahead, now I have few dictionaries to tell you. Guys, there are 2 dictionaries available in the market at this juncture. I have all these dictionary, 8 to 10 sort of dictionaries I have. But across the year, I have been referring, Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English. But initially, I refer this dictionary. Now, what is difference in this dictionary? Because I want you guys to use physical copy and not hard copy and not the online one. Online कब इस्तेमाल करते हैं और क्यों नहीं इस्तेमाल करना है ये भी मैं आपको बताऊंगा क्यों नहीं करना है, right? So this dictionary comes with bilingual, comes with the transcription of English and Marathi then. So it's English Marathi dictionary. English Marathi dictionary. These dictionaries have these dictionaries are also available in other languages like English Hindi, English Tamil, English Kannada, English Urdu. ऐसे भी available है, आप जा सकते हो उस dictionary के लिए. Preferably, I'll ask you to go for this. This will cost you around 650 rupees, whereas Navneet will cost you around 450 rupees. There is a difference of 200 only. But both the dictionaries will serve your purpose, and both the dictionaries will serve your purpose and enhance your vocabulary. No problem. But entries given here in the Oxford Dictionary are not better, I would say, are more in number, exact in number. Moreover, it is also used with a proper prepositions. Now, why I'm insisting to use Oxford Dictionary? Shortly, I'm going to tell you, don't worry. So, my point is like to go for Oxford Dictionary, English Marathi or English Hindi, Oxford Dictionary. Because उसमें जो phrases वर्ब दिए हैं, उसमें जो usage दिए हैं, मान लो कि पहला वर्ड है let's say command, we say command over, command on. Oh, he has a command on English language. Someone say like, oh, he holds a command on physics subject. कमांड ऑन नहीं होता है भाई साहब, कमांड ओवर भी नहीं होता है भाई साहब, तो क्या होता है फिर? इट्स कमांड ऑफ. क्या होता है? कमांड ऑफ. तो कौन सी डिक्शनरी आपको ये बताएगी? तो ऑक्सफोर्ड डिक्शनरी आपको बताएगी कमांड ऑफ होता है, राइट? सो these are basically a bilingual dictionaries that you can use any of these. I don't have any objection, but preferably I want you to use Oxford Dictionary. Okay? Yes. Now, moving ahead, I have 2 dictionaries with me. These are totally in English to English. Earlier हमने जो देखे वो English to Marathi थे. अभी ये क्या है? English to English. If you think that you studied thoroughly in English medium schools only and like understanding basic vocabulary is not any a big deal and big problem for you, then you can go for English to English. If your medium is English language and you chosen it for UPSC as well, then you can go for English to English dictionary rather than English to Marathi or English to Hindi dictionary. Now जो English to English मराठी में मैंने सजेस्ट किया था ऑक्सफोर्ड के लिए, but in this case I am going to suggest you Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English. This is basically, I mean, the person who has developed this dictionary, I really wanted to pay utmost gratitude, pay utmost salutations to that person, because I haven't come across the dictionary ever like this, the dictionary, now Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English. Now this comes with CD as well. Go for advanced learner and not the 6th edition. Yes, go for advanced learner, not the 6th edition. This cost you around like it's both the dictionaries are available on Amazon. Sometime the price gets fluctuated. It is around 750 and this is again a 750. So 750 to 850. Here 750 to 850. I want you to go for Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English. I think guys, whatever I am like today in English language or standing before you or delivering this lecture, I humbly accept this fact that the credit goes to the Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English. It comes with preposition, it comes with a pronunciation as well. Yeah. So why I insist you to go for this? I'm not saying like the Oxford is bad, not at all. In fact, the Oxford is the first dictionary available in 1728 in the market. 1928 में पहली बार ऑक्सफोर्ड ने अपनी डिक्शनरी लॉन्च की थी. तो ऑक्सफोर्ड से लेके भाई बाकी सारी डिक्शनरीज बनी है. बट माय पॉइंट इज this dictionary will give you the exact meaning reference to context meaning, like what do you understand by like predict, prophecy, project, right? Predict, prophecy, project, estimate, calculate. How are you going to differentiate? The Oxford Dictionary does not tell you, but Longman Dictionary will tell you what words to be used in what context and with what prepositions. I'm going to tell you as soon as possible. Yes. So go for Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English. Yes. Now, apart from that, you can also use, if you think that you have a strong interest in English language and want to develop that to the further level, then I would love to suggest you for collocations. Like say, for example, an attitude. So attitude can be of a different nature, like hostile attitude, friendly attitude, belligerent attitude, okay, or say nasty attitude, or say a cringy attitude, right or wrong? Friendly attitude. So there can be attitude can be of a different nature, right? So this dictionary will teach you what collocations to be used with these things, right? Whereas Oxford, this can be used for Oxford there. Now Oxford has, of course, Longman dictionaries are also available when it's come to collocation, phrasal verbs and idioms. I'm not denying that, but these dictionaries are easily available, so you can go for this. So for phrasal verb, you can go for Oxford one, right? Not necessarily you need to buy this. ये buy करने की जरूरत भी नहीं है आपको. If you get any of this dictionary, you will get everything, every single phrasal verb in these two dictionary. So don't need to buy phrasal verb. But yes, of course, this is separate one. Collocation की तो लेनी पड़ेगी. Yes. Now the idioms, as I said, like searching needle in a haystack. ये क्या है? Idioms है searching needle in a haystack. मतलब बहुत बड़े इसमें बहुत बड़े जो रहते हैं ना, उसको क्या बोलते हैं, स्टैक. सो उसमें एक सुई ढूंढने जैसा है. कैसे ढूंढोगे सुई को, है ना? और लाइक सेकेंड, समथिंग इज इन द एयर. समथिंग इज इन द एयर मतलब नथिंग हैज बीन डिसाइडेड इट. अभी तक कुछ नहीं उसका. समथिंग इज इन द एयर. सो for these sort of things, you can go for Longman idioms. And for common error, again long words. Yes, I'm going to tell you like how common errors are occur and how these are asked in examination, and with this dictionary you can solve any common error. Any common error. Yes. Moving ahead. Now, I won't say that like these are the sources of using vocabulary, go for that, use these things, like play word game, or like, you know, the way we used to do in during our school days. Synonyms, antonyms. There used to be a two group and two rows. The one shall start with synonyms, the other shall start with antonyms, and then again synonyms, then again antonyms, right? Or taking the last word from the first row and then talking about, I mean, giving it a meaning of giving a meaning of that word, right? Do not do that things. Now these are not required, I would say. Using thesaurus. How are you going to use thesaurus all the time? You can definitely. Using thesaurus means dictionary. You have to use dictionary, yes. Practicing using new words, of course. On daily basis, you have to, at least at the end, I had two bonus tip for you. I'm going to give you one bonus tip. Daily, if you are studying for competitive examination, or probably you started it now only, now, if it is, then you can read at least 5 words daily. 5 words daily. 2 phrasal verbs like walk away, walk along, or like you can say like call on, call away, or call off. Call off का मतलब क्या होता है? Call off का मतलब कैंसिल कर देना. Call off का मतलब कैंसिल कर देना. और put off का क्या मतलब होता है? ये देखो क्या होता है इसका मतलब. Call off and put off. Right? Call off मतलब कैंसिल, put off मतलब पोस्टपोन कर देना, है ना? So 5 words, 2 phrasal verb, 2 phrasal verb, idioms and phrase or proverb, and last one is you can go for collocation or one error daily. This should be your daily routine, and this will not consume more than 15 minutes of your study. But the knowledge enhancement will be so rapid, quick, and effective one. So I want you to read 5 words daily, but those words should be of high definition one. Those words should be of high definition word. I would say the definition is like magniloquent and the grandiloquent word. It is not like what is pen, what is wall, what is road, right? It should be ebullient, jubilant, right? Or exotic, exuberant. This sort of words you have to use and you have to mug up, right? Yeah. So 2 phrasal verb, daily 2 phrasal verb. Then 2 idioms and 2 phrases.